Coach Victor, thank you very much for your time. You've just finished your preparation for your game tomorrow. How are the preparations going?
So far so good. The energy and the attitude is there.
Just to take us back in the season, you played 14 games, you've won 7, you've drawn 4, and you've lost 3. What is your overall impression of the season up to so far?
Yeah, the overall solution of everything is, the mini league and joining the team, being a new coach in the new team. Change sometimes is good, sometimes is bad, and it goes with at first maybe the understanding between the players and the coach. What is the coach that is wants to the players understanding or what? I think while we were playing that first round, I think we were busy on the process even to get the rhythm. But I think after game 8 or 9, I think it's when the understanding started after game 9. And then you see all the winnings. I think it's a matter of we understand one another now as a family. I think we've got the rhythm, we've got the understanding, and then we all wanted to win.
Coach, you mentioned that it took some time for you guys to gel, and you mentioned I think match day 8 and 9.
Yes.
And if I were to look at your club form this season in the 40 games you played, it was a draw, a win, a loss, a win, a draw, a loss, a win, and a loss. Then you go to match day 10, 11, and 12, where you had 3 consecutive wins. Do you think this inconsistency that we see from match day 1 up to match day 9 was part of the process of your team trying to gel?
Yes. Remember, as a new coach, you come with your understanding of the game and the philosophy. And when you get to the new place, you need to remember the core of the team. About 90% is the players that were here last season. We only had maybe 10% of new players. And for me to understand them, to understand the strength and the weaknesses, the character, it doesn't take maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month. It takes time, because at times, even me when I come harsh or maybe I come joking or what, they still assuming they are not so good. Coach is joking with us, but when we work, coach needs us to work. You see that level. I think we're in the different level, but while we're getting there, one day at a time, the understanding comes, and the rhythm and the understanding. I think when we lose, draw, it was part of that.
And coach, in terms of goal scoring, you've scored 21 goals in your 14 games, which is an average of 1.5 goals per game. You've quoted 14, which is an average of a goal per game. Do you think your defense has not been stable enough to reduce the number of goals you are conceding?
Yeah, I think that one you in terms of let's start with the defense. Remember, if you can look at teams that are winning leagues, they play with the same defense. Which, if you find the balance between the 2 centre backs, that they understand one another, and then there's an understanding with the full backs, and then even if you play with 1 pivot or 2 pivot with the keeper, if you get it right there, you are bound not to concede goals. But I think we struggle there because this thing of unders, age, unders, we try to balance, and we struggle a lot. Hence I was saying, I think after game 9 or game 10 is when we find the balance of the team. We're also struggling with the balance, and then if you can look at from game 9 coming there, we considered 1 or 2. I think that one, those goals that we considered, that 12 goals, we were not ourselves. We're trying to find ourselves. But now the same goals that we considered are catching up with us now.
Coach, given what you just explained to me, which I understand 100%, coming into the team, trying to implement your philosophy and trying to get them to play the way that you want, it takes time. But given that this season, was your mandate to take the team to the playoffs, or was just to put together a team, be competitive, and then look to go to the playoffs next season?
It was a mandate, to be honest. It was a mandate whereby that as a coach, you need to take a risk. It's a mandate that it says, coach, you ready or not? You understand? And I always love challenges. I always love risk, whereby that I can do this. I know that it won't be easy, but with the belief, because I want to grow as a coach, everything that comes next to me, I must take it and say, I can do it. That was a mandate.
So initially, when you came through and this inconsistency that you spoke of, did you think that come the end of the season you'll be one of the contenders as you are now?
I had that belief, and the belief that I have, I thought also, it took me long. I thought with the 2 months that I will have as a pre-season, I'll get the rhythm there. And then when we started the league, I thought I have it. And it kills me then. It started to come lately. But I had that belief that I can do this. I've been long in the game. I understand the challenges.
Coach, now you've played the 14 games. You've got 2 games left. You are in the top 3. La Masia number 1 with Highlands, they are leading. La Masia number 1, Highlands number 2, and Dondol number 3. So it's now between the 3 of you. Looking at the 2 games that are left, do you think you can take it?
The belief and the hope is very high of me taking the league. Even the boys, you know what's nice when you look at the boys, that they want the league because they can see now, they can see the light. They want the league more than the coach and the chairman. Then you become happy as a coach. Not opposite, whereby the chairman and the coach needs the league, but the players, they're just cruising. But players, they can see the light that, hey, after these 2 games, and then you go to playoffs, after 3 months, it can change our lives.
Coach, the 2 games that you are left with, tomorrow you take on Mamelodi Newcastle.
Yes.
On paper it's an away game, but you are lucky because you use the same field, so it's like a home game. Yeah. In the first round, they beat you 4-1. Do you think you can turn things around tomorrow?
I'm a brother by hook or crook, by hook or crook. We're going to put our body on the line. We're going to jump to that line. Like it's something that you say, hey, I'm about to get in there, and then someone wants to come and pull you back. You'll fight your all that you don't want to go back. I want to jump there because there I can see I can be a better person. Tomorrow we're more than ready. We want to die in there.
Coach, as I said, that the La Masia and Highlands are ahead of you, and you'll need some results to favor you in their games. But your last game is against La Masia, so that one is in your hands. It's not you are not crossing your fingers hoping another team will beat them. It's in your hands. So the last day of the league could actually decide who will face the winners from the other stream. The pressure that is upon you now and your team, how are you preparing your boys psychologically for the battle of these 2 games, and how are you taking the pressure away from them so that they can play without the pressure that they must actually win to go to the playoffs?
Maybe I like to also to let the nation know this. Maybe it was a secret, but maybe now the secret needs to come out. Dondol Stars, it's a praying team. It's a team that believes to God. And remember, when you are a Christian, you are close to God. The thing that makes you to enjoy life or to stay calm, even if under pressure, is understanding how God operates. Understanding how God operates, and then in me, with my prayer, with the prayer, with the players and the chairman, God has already said, this is yours, no matter how hard it's going to be.
Coach, in critical games, because these games are like a final.
Yeah.
In a final, it's all about winning. And some coaches will approach the game and say, let us sit back, make sure they don't score, and just get that one goal. We are safe. Are you going to change your approach for these two games, or is going to be the same thing that you've been doing?
We've been changing approaches each game. We treat each game at a time. Remember, the teams are not playing the same formation, and the teams are not playing the same players. Some teams, they've got height. We need to look at the height. Some teams, they've got short players. We need to look at the speed. You understand? We always change the approach, but the things that always stays in the guys is the attitude and the energy. If they give the good energy and the attitude is right, and then nothing will stand on our way.
Coach, thank you very much for your time. You've got 2 finals ahead of you. We wish you all the best. And again, thank you very much for your time.
Let me rectify before you stop. We had 16 finals. It's a mini league. All the games that we played.
That approach.
Yeah. To us, when we started the league, we had 16 finals. Now we're left with 2 finals.
2 finals.
Yeah. It's getting closer now.
No, I like that approach. That is the right attitude to approach it.
Thank
you
you.
very much,
And then thank you for your time also.